Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And it's been a while. I'm playing y'all. It's really been a week. Honestly, I just been so grateful for the past week and a half. My nail business have been thriving. Y'all know, between Christmas, New Year's, and all these extra factors, the girls want their nails done. So that's what I've been up to. I missed Christmas, which I'm so sad about, but I know y'all was fine. I see my last video doing really good. With all my yapping out the way, let's go ahead and get the word of the day. So this story time is gonna be about how my boyfriend was dating my friend. So he was cheating with my friend, but his homeboy made it better. Okay, y'all, this is gonna be the story time of how me and Misty fell out. Is it Misty? I think I call her Macy. Me and Macy officially fell out. If y'all don't know about Macy, Macy is one of them really like go with the flow, loose, kind of kinky friend. I think I did a story time on how she tried to eat my coochie to get in exchange of getting her nails done, I believe, and also a story time of how she was like having a threesome with, I think, her brother or something like that. I forgot, something like that. But anyways, this is gonna be the ultimate fallout of me and her. So just to bring y'all back around that time, this is when we really started being outside and turned. So we was always going to Daytona Beach. We was always just like going to all the events. Like if it was some type of homecoming or something at college, Tallahassee, we was gonna go. It was me, Misty, and a bonus friend. We just gonna call her bonus friend. She really don't need no name. She played like a small part of this whole thing. So me, Misty, and my bonus friend, we had decided to go to Daytona Beach. It was like this big party, this big beach party or whatever. So we end up going. So the plan was to initially go to the beach party, but my other friend, she knew some people up there, so she decided, you know what, instead of going out there with all them people, because I ain't gonna lie, we did get there kind of late, let's go to my friend Kickback. So that was the move. Mind y'all, I'm one of them people where I really don't like being around people who I don't know, like for real, especially like their home. Like, I don't know, y'all can call it paranoia, cautiousness, whatever, but if I don't know a good, decent information about you, I just don't want to go like where you at. People are weird these days. So I thought like that, but I was like, fuck it, like we already here and I ain't waste my gas. So I ain't waste my gas for nothing. So we end up going. While I was there, our bonus friend had went off to talk to her friend, and me and Missy, you know, we was drinking together, kind of like sticking together at the party, because we kind of only knew each other. And I would say, y'all, this was the time that I was like done dating medium ugly dudes. Like, this the time where I was like, all right, I gotta lock in. Like, my kids, if I ever get pregnant, my kids can't be ugly. Like, I kid y'all not, I literally had that thought process. Y'all can say that's fucked up or not, but I dead ass was like, okay, I can't keep playing these games. So I was going for my type, or trying to figure out what was my type. And at that time, I really liked the whole dark skin look, tall look. Yeah, like, I don't think we was like doing tattoos and shit like that yet, but maybe. So maybe a little one or two tattoo, whatever. So while me and Misty in the party, we dancing or whatever, I end up seeing this guy. Mind y'all, look, just how I just described my type. So of course he caught my eye. So he's looking at me, I'm looking at him, and it was like a common interest there, right? He had ended up coming over to me and Misty, and basically he ended up asking if he can talk to me separate from my friend, so we end up speaking there. Mind y'all, I want to tell y'all, Missy was definitely that type of friend where if she's not getting attention, boys, she'll like feel salty about it or try to cop block. Like, she was really a fucking hater. So when he had pulled me away from Misty, she was having like a stink face and attitude or whatever, and he was like, I'm gonna bring her back, don't worry, da, da, da. So once he had said that to her, she started like smiling. Like, when I tell you, this girl needed male validation, she needed it. So okay, me and him end up talking. I ended up getting his number, and I was, you know, so okay, so that was that night. We was probably in Daytona for a good maybe like 4 days. I think this was spring break actually. So we was in there, we was up there for a good 4 days. So probably like the second day, we're doing the same thing, going out, having fun or whatever. But me and this dude is talking. Mind y'all, I was definitely in my season of fling. Like, I was not trying to look for no dude. I was not trying to be in no committed relationship. Like, I was genuinely just having fun. So me and him talking, and I'm not gonna lie, he kind of caught my eye. I want y'all to keep this in mind. No one knew that we was talking. I didn't tell anyone that we was talking because it was like one day, y'all, like literally like 1-2 days of us talking. So our bonus friend had ended up going over to her friend's house, where I guess the homeboy's house, and him and the homeboy's house in hindsight now. So she had ended up going over there. Mind you, that friend was gay, so that homeboy was literally just like one of her good close friends. All right, boom. So she went over his house, and when she had came back, she was like, I went over there, and let's just call him Dawn. Let's just call him Dawn, okay? She was like, I went over there, and y'all want to know what Dawn kept talking about the whole time I was there? So we like, what? Because she making it seem like it's tea. So she's like, he just kept talking about how he really like you, how he want to take you serious, how he want to talk to you, da-da-da-da. Mind y'all, I'm like, what? Because this was the first time that I feel like, I don't know, it felt different. Like, y'all call me delusional all y'all want, but at that time it had felt different, and I was going with my little delusional mind, like, oh my god, like, he liked me. So immediately after she had said that, I remember Macy like immediately responded like stink, like kind of having a stink face, like, why he asking about her, like why she want to talk to her, why he want to talk to her. And I was like, girl, like, I don't know, I think I had like brushed it off. But then she ended up following up, and she was like, but just remember, we not trying to get in no serious relationships, we having fun, you done did a lot of that, we just got you back. She had said that, I low-key agreed with her, because like I said, y'all, I just wanted to have fun. So she was kind of just like, bring me back down to earth. Any good friend wouldn't do that. And back then, I thought she was a good friend, because I was like, yeah, my friend keeping me like tunnel vision. All right, so I say like the third day that we was there, at this point, me and Dawn be talking on the phone, and Misty, I keep calling her Misty. Macy keep getting jealous. She keep like trying to get me off the phone. Like, I kid y'all not, it was like a moment where she's probably texting the dudes that she's talking to, and she's like coming to me, and she was like, why are you on the phone with him? Why do you want to talk to him? Mind y'all, this is the same girl that's on the phone with her niggas, and it's like booed up on the phone, whether or not she taking them serious or not. So I ain't gonna lie, when she had said that, that definitely irritated me, because it's like, I'm not on your phone checking for you. I'm not telling you not to talk to people on your phone. Like, do you pay this bill? Do you pay my phone bill? Me and Misty Loki started like bumping heads at that point, but like I said, you know, when girls get around each other too much, they can be really catty, so I just brushed it off once again. All right, the fourth day that we was there, his friend, his homeboy and him was throwing like a personal, friends only type of kickback. We ended up going there. And of course, like, I think I had arrived like probably like an hour after the party started. Y'all know shit don't start on time with black people anyways. So we get there, I'm looking all cute, like, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was really shy, so I was not like running up to Ron or going to see about Ron straight for it. I just like went in there, I kind of found my own little spot with my friends and was drinking, you know what I mean, until he came to me, because baby, what, I wasn't gonna do it. So he ended up coming to me. The night go on, we end up drinking. When I drink Don Julio, that's why we're calling him Don. When I drink Don Julio, I can get a little touchy, a little feely or whatever. So, and a little goofy, like, I don't know, Don, I love Don. Anyways, at this point in the night, I'm like all touchy and feely on him. And, you know, everything's starting to like get real tensiony. He's like sitting down, and I'm like on him, and I'm just like literally sitting on his lap, and I start winding my waist or whatever. So I forgot I was even with my friends. So yeah, so Macy come over there, and she's drunk, I'm drunk, we're all drunk, so no one is in their right mind. I'm sitting on him. She ended up coming over, and she's like trying to like push me off of him, y'all. She tries to push me off of him, and she did, but y'all, I'm drunk, so I'm not like, is this bitch really da da da? She like, okay, so it goes from me sitting in his lap to me sitting like one leg on his lap, one leg on the seat, and she's like in his ears whispering some stuff. And she's like, I remember she had pulled his shirt and she was like, I gotta tell you something, I gotta tell you something. And he's like, what, huh, what? And because it's loud and he's also drunk, so he is like trying to hear her, and she's like pulling him. But looking at it now, it seemed like she was just trying to get me off of him or like separate us completely. So he ended up getting up, they ended up talking. I don't know what they ended up talking about, but they ended up talking. And when he came back with Macy, and Macy was sitting like in between us. So I'm not, like I said, I'm drunk, so I'm not peeping it. But okay, so the next morning we back at the hotel or whatever. And I don't know if it was a hotel or B&B, whatever. We back at where we was at, y'all. I wake up, my other friend was up, Macy was still asleep, and we was talking about it. And I'm not gonna say my other friend was messy, but she was definitely one of them people where it's like she gonna tell you how it is, like straightforward, like not straightforward, but she's like on principle. She's like a principle person. She's like, right is right, wrong is wrong. So even if she's not blatantly saying it clear, she's gonna make sure you know. So she was like, basically end up telling me like, you know, you was so drunk last night when you was like on Ron's lab. Misty had came and like damn near pushed you off of him and sat in between y'all. And they was looking like, they was like, oh, Kiki and da 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 da. So mind y'all, like that's like to sum up how she said it. So when she had said that, I end up like jogging my memory, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that did happen. So this is when I really started like seeing it for what it was. At this point, I'm back in my home city and he's still in Daytona, whatever. So me and Dawn, we had ended up talking about Lincoln again. Of course, y'all, I was not taking that drive back to Daytona for no man. So he ended up figuring it out, and he had family, and he had some homeboys in my city as well. So we had made this whole plan, like, oh, he was gonna come down here for, I don't know, a few days or whatever, and I was gonna come see him. Back then, y'all, Macy and the other girl was like the only two girls that I was talking to. And y'all know when y'all get real hyped to be around a dude or something good is happening in your life, you want to talk about it with your homegirls. So that's what I was doing, and I was giving them like the whole rundown of everything that was happening. And y'all, I kid y'all not, while I'm on FaceTime with both of them, I'm telling them, oh, Don finna come down here. Oh, this what he got planned for me. Because he was taking me on like an official date. Like he was trying to lock in with me for real. I'm saying all this on FaceTime, and next thing I hear is a doop, like the FaceTime hung up. Mind y'all, we in a group FaceTime, so the only person that hung up in this FaceTime call was Macy. So I'm just like, I'm caught off guard. And my other friend, like I said, she tell it how it is. And she was low-key like, let me find out that bitch low-key jealous because Dawn doing for you and he not doing for her. So when she had said that, I'm like, I'm not tripping. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't feeding into what she was saying completely because, like I said, y'all, I was dizzy and delusional, and I didn't understand not to trust females just as yet, right? So I'm just like keeping everything that she says in mind. I'm like, yeah, girl, maybe. I'm just like playing 50-50 at this point. After that happened, me and Dawn, we went on our first little date. Everything went smooth. And I'll probably say like a few weeks had went by, and I low-key started realizing that me and Dawn relationship or whatever we was working on, we had low-key kind of started getting really distant with one another. Like what he did, I was always talking to him like the regular stuff that I was used to, and he just kind of like being really quiet. I also want to keep in mind that Macy was also doing the same thing as well. Like I was reaching out to her, trying to hang out with her like we normally would do, and she was like, she would try to be to herself or whatever. So both of them at this point was acting weird. So now I just have this constant thought of what my other friend has said, like maybe she's jealous, and I'm thinking about how the party went, and I'm thinking about how she reacted to when Dawn even said that he was talking about me, to when our other friend had said Dawn was even talking about me. All these things is going in my head, y'all. So he was down there. Okay, so at this point, I think he was on break or something, or we all collectively was on break, and his family also stayed in the city that I was in. So I knew everything at this point. We're sharing location. I want to say we low-key locked in, like we was like dating. But y'all, I don't consider no short ass relationship like that dating. But whatever, we was dating. So I have his location. He has mine. And this one day, I'm just like, cause y'all, let me tell y'all something. I'm the type of girl where it's like I would randomly do like gift baskets to my man, and just to make him feel appreciated. Like I don't know what that's called, but that's how I like to show my love. Like whatever. So okay, yeah. So I decided I'm just gonna make like a cute little gift basket to see what's going on with him. I had ended up going over his homeboy house because that's where he was at the time, and it was another female there. Mind y'all, well, it was two females there. Mind y'all, I wasn't thinking like, oh, the other female was for him, because it was one homeboy in there and his roommate and Dawn in there. So at this point, it's three niggas up in there. But when I had got there, it was just Dawn and the homeboy there. So while I was walking in, one girl was walking out and one girl was still inside of the apartment. So I'm not thinking like, oh, you know, it's a two-man or nothing like that, right? I'm thinking like maybe maybe the second girl was for the homeboy that lived there with Dawn's homeboy. So I'm keeping it cool or whatever. But one thing I could say is I realized that the girl that was inside the apartment was being a little too friendly with Dawn. And I had ended up asking about it, and he was like, no, it wasn't like that. Da da da. We was having a conversation before you came. Da 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 da. Cool. So we're gonna fast forward to probably like a week later. I realized that anytime I was coming around, my other friend Macy would always want to disappear. Dawn always was asking about Macy. Like, y'all, when I tell you, it went from like a complete fucking flip to this point. Dawn is asking me about Macy, and now he's starting to ask about like open relationships. Like, y'all, this might seem so random, but when I tell y'all he was so fucking random around this time. Now he's like, have you ever been in like an open relationship? Are you interested in stuff like that? You know, I really like you, but I feel like we can grow together and we're still really young, and da da da. I feel like that was him trying to like get over on me, like play me but not play me. Like he was trying to have his cake and eat it too. So I immediately had shut it down, and I started being really distant with him, because it's like, who the fuck just says that? Like, where did that come from? And it's like, and on top of that, you being way too like distant, and too much weird shit has been going on. So at this point, my delusion started wearing off. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, yeah, this can't be. So this is how I found out him and Macy was like messing around. So Macy had been posting stuff on her social media, like career wise, like what she want to get into. And I think at that time she wanted to go to school to massage, or that was just like one of her interests. Like, when I tell you, Macy was definitely one of them people where it's like she tried literally everything. Like, that's a girl who have several different life stories and several different careers. Like, when I tell you, she, like, I don't know what that's called, but the bitch was always doing something basically. So she had posted on her close friends at this point, like, oh yeah, I'm finna start massaging, da 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 da, and or whatever, because she wanted to help people, blah blah blah. So mind you, this is her close friends. So I see it, I don't pay too much mind to it or whatever. So probably like the day after that, I seen that, Dawn had ended up texting me. He was like, oh babe, I don't feel good, da da da. He was like, oh babe, I don't feel good, my muscles been real tight. At this point he was like working out crazy or whatever. So he was like, I think I'm just gonna book a massage and whatever. Mind y'all, I seen it, but it went over my head, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like, all right babe, go ahead, book the massage, I hope you feel better, da da da, let me know if you need something. I'm saying, no babe, I should be good, I'm just gonna book it, but I was just trying to let you know ahead of time. So it was weird, because it's like, what, Dawn, anytime he was about to do some shit, or like anytime he was about to do some shit, he would always be like super nice to me and reassure me, do all these good things to make my mind not wander. But all in all, he was really just doing all that shit to make sure that his spot wasn't blown. I knew he had a massage probably at like 3 o'clock or whatever. So I was like, you know what? Before he goes to his massage, I'm gonna come over and bring him some like icy hot. Like I said, I like doing little baskets. Like, I ended up going over there probably like at 1 o'clock, y'all. I'm there at 1. And the homeboy let me in. Mind y'all, I want to say, like, when I had knocked on the door, when the homeboy opened the door, also insert this here. anytime that I would go over to the homeboy's house that stayed in my city, he will always be looking at me up and down, try to have conversations with me. Like, he definitely gave one of the homeboys that wanted his homeboy's girlfriend, and I could tell off that. But me, I wasn't no cheater. I'm still not no cheater. And I kind of just like ignored all his advances, all his compliments and all that, because it would be times where him and Dom would even get into it, because Dom would peep like, okay, like, you trying to come on to my girl, you trying to flirt with my girl. So y'all, I ain't gonna lie, that's part of the reason why I wasn't over the homeboy's house or all up on Don the whole time that he was down here on break, because it was like the homeboy was kind of getting a little beside himself, thinking that I was his girl or I was coming there for him. And I also want to say, like, the homeboy is super messy, because going back to the day that the two girls was there, he was like saying shit in my ears. He was like, you really shouldn't even trust that nigga for real. You don't know what he be doing over here, but you know, that's not my place. That's not my place, but you deserve better like me. You deserve better like me. And I was like, what's better? Like, those girls is here for you. He ended up laughing and he just disappeared, right? So I feel like throughout this whole time, he had been trying to tell me little things, but because that's his homeboy and the whole bro code, he didn't say everything. So fast forward to the massage. He ended up letting me in, and when I tell you, he have like this big ass smile on his face. This is the most I ever seen this nigga smile. So he's like, come on in, who you looking for? He was like, come on in, you looking for Dawn? You looking for Dawn? I was like, yeah, I am. And he was like, oh, he's in his room. He's in his room. Make sure you go to your room and be quiet, because he's doing something like studying or some shit like that. So basically he was like, in hindsight, sneak to go see what the fuck is going on. So he like, cause he did not want me like yelling his name or nothing. He was like, just be quiet and go to his room. Literally, I kid y'all not. So mind y'all, I want to say this too. This homeboy was like a brother to Don. Like, when I tell you, these niggas knew each other since 5 years old, all the way to how old we was at that time. So yeah, so I end up going to the room. I end up walking to the room, and off rip, I'm hearing sounds, y'all. I'm thinking, no way. No way. I'm hearing moans. I'm hearing all different type of movements, all different type of groans. So I'm like, he gotta be watching porn. Like, y'all know when y'all in denial, I'm in denial. But ultimately, I end up opening the door. I see Dawn, this girl in missionary, legs up, legs all the way to the backboard, y'all. I'm just like, what? I'm like scanning the room. I see that I'm scanning the room. I see icy hot. Mind y'all, everything that I literally said, I brought for him. The icy hot, the muscle relaxer, the massage gun, all the oil, the essential oil, all these things that you possibly need to do massages at home. I'm scanning, I'm seeing all these things, y'all. And I just see this girl. I just see this whole damn near corn scene. Dawn end up like popping up off of her. She end up scattering everywhere, like trying to hide. And he's like, what are you doing here, babe? This is not what it looked like. Da, da, da. Like, how the fuck is it not what it looked like? You just had this girl toes to the headboard. How the fuck this is not what it looked like? So he's talking, and I kid y'all not, one thing about me, my hands, sometimes I don't know how to keep my hands to myself, especially when these niggas try me. So he's talking, I just start going in, me, hit him. And I'm just like yelling. I'm looking at the girl. Mind y'all, the girl, I look at the girl, she ended up like hiding herself, and she run to the bathroom. So I'm fighting Dawn. I'm like hitting him. Da da da. Mind y'all, I shouldn't even have been doing all this, because I kid y'all not, me and this boy was only talking for probably like 2 months, going on 3 months at this time. We was not effing. We was not doing none of that. So why was I so emotionally like tied? I don't know. I think maybe I just don't like motherfuckers disrespecting me. I think the principle behind it is what got me there, but I digress. So anyways, yeah, meet. And his homeboy, he ended up coming in, and he's like, whoa, what's going on? Mind you, this nigga is a troll. He's a troll. So he ended up like pushing Dawn, and he's like, come on, bro, like take him out. He was like, it's not worth it. And he ended up separating Dawn. So now at this point, I'm the type of woman I'm like, the girl don't got nothing to do with it. That's always gonna be my mindset, because I never came in this relationship with me and this girl. I came in this relationship with me and this boy. So, okay, so Dawn gone, and I'm just looking around, y'all. I kid y'all not, I'm angry. Like, my adrenaline is rushing. I'm shaking. I'm mad. Bitch, I'm mad as fuck. So I go to the door. I end up banging on the door. And I'm like, you can go. Like, you can go. It ain't even nothing like that towards you. Blah, 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 blah. Because, like I said, the girl ain't do shit to me. So I'm basically telling her, go, girl. So, she ended up not wanting to go. And she was like, Christelle, I'm sorry. Mind you, she's not supposed to know my name. She's not supposed to know me. You're supposed to be a random girl. You're supposed to be a stranger. You're supposed to be somebody that I've never known, seen in the day of my life. So when she said my name, I said, how you know my name, bitch? Like, literally, I was turned at this point, because it's like, oh, fuck no. What you mean you know my name? So she ended up talking. The voice ended up sounding real fucking familiar. So while she's talking, I'm like, Macy, that's you? So at this point, she's just like, Krista, I'm sorry. He said he needed a massage. She said he needed the massage, blah, blah, blah. So at this point, I end up, y'all, fun fact about me, I know how to pick a good lock, okay? And them little apartment locks, I know how to get through them real quick. So I ended up picking the lock. Well, honestly, it ain't even no damn pick lock. Y'all, I had long nails and you can like open the lock with your nail. So I ended up using my nail to open the door. And she's there, top on, no bottoms on. And she's like, Chris, I'm sorry. She's literally crying. And she's just like telling me, oh, he just wanted a massage, da da da. And I'm not gonna lie, I went off on her too, y'all. When I tell you, it took everything to get me off of that girl. It took everything to get me off of her, because at this point, I'm thinking about the party. I'm thinking about everything in my mind. I'm thinking about the close friends. Bitch, that was your close friends. It wasn't no main story. So at this point, bitch, y'all plotted. He over here telling me a lie about how his muscles hurt so bad he needed their massage. You over here posting on your story a day before, hours before actually, about how you starting to do massages and all this extra shit. Oh no, y'all bitches is grimy. So I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Me, when I fight, I like to leave the bitch leaking. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I'm a retired crash out. I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to grow from it. But I'm not gonna lie. Then I didn't give a damn. So I'm fighting her. It took Dawn and his homeboy to get me off of her. So I end up leaving. Dawn end up, the homeboy end up texting me, calling me, or whatever, and he's like checking up on me. Like, y'all would think me and the homeboy been friends longer than Dawn and him had been. He's like driving me home. He's like making sure that I'm good and everything like that. So Dawn had ended up, I don't know where the fuck Dawn went. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I really didn't give a damn. But I had probably like 2 days to sit on what happened to me. And like I said, the homeboy is still talking to me or whatever. And I just decided, you know what? One time in my life, I'm going to be trifling. Like, I'm going to allow myself this one time in my life to be trifling. Because like I said, him and Dawn was like brothers. Like, when I tell you, they loved each other down. I don't even know where this whole disloyalty shit came from the homeboy, but whatever. Dawn would never do shit to this nigga ever. Like, when I tell you, it was literally, in Dawn's head, it was literally him and his homeboy against the world. I really should call him his brother. So I ended up going over the homeboy's apartment, and it was just like me and him. And I'm not gonna lie, I was very clear with him. I was like, listen, like, I'm just doing this for revenge. I don't want to be with you or nothing like that. And he was like, oh, that's fine. Like, I just want to be with you. It don't, like, he was like, you could basically, like, shit, you can use me, but I really been liking you on some cool shit, and if you ever want to talk after this whole shit, we can. So I ended up being trifling, and I wouldn't say I did the do with him, but we definitely went there. We went there, and while we was going there, I think Dawn had came in or whatever, and he had ended up hearing the homeboy thinking like I remember Dawn was like, I guess like hyping his homeboy up because, you know, he getting play or whatnot. But I came out the room, and when I told you it looked like Don's soul left his body, and he literally, when I tell you this nigga literally bust down crying, he literally broke down and cried. Not at the fact that I'm pretty sure I did something, but at the fact that his homeboy was doing something, because that disloyalty, I feel like, broke Don. And ever since then, because I remember it used to be family over everything. Now it's like fuck everything, blood, water over blood, bitch. Like, when I tell you, he was going crazy, getting like crazy ass tattoos, like family don't mean shit. When I tell you, that was like the best revenge I feel like I've ever gotten before in my life. That literally had to have been, because that hurt him more than anything, and I could tell. I think they actually end up falling out officially, and what happened? I think Don probably tried to fight the brother homeboy or whatever, but he was like, but the homeboy was like, you shouldn't have been treating her bad, blah 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 blah. It is what it is. You know what you was doing on her. That wasn't even the first time you cheated. So the homeboy ended up spilling all the tea, and yeah, Don was low-key like still crying, like mad as fuck that his homeboy did that to him. And I left and went about my life, because you know what? I'm just a girl. But that's that long story time y'all been wanting. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year. I pray that 2025 is everything that you want and above. Y'all just make sure to remember this. Always pray. Always pray. Aim to be a better version of you. 2024 is, I may not understand it, but I know this too shall pass. And also that it'll all make sense in the end. Like, don't ever think that hard times is gonna last forever, because when I tell y'all, this year was a lot for me behind off camera and everything. This year has been hell, honestly. Vlogmas and stuff, y'all got me through that. Like, I don't want to get too emotional, but Vlogmas, y'all really got me through that. That was like one of the hardest times of 2024 for me, and I still got up, did my videos, and I love hearing y'all respond to me, comment, and just interact with me. Like, YouTube have truly been an outlet for me in the best way possible, and gaining like family I've never had before from y'all, even the ones with like other opinions. I still value all of y'all, and I pray for all y'all, and I thank y'all. And I can't wait to see what 2025 have for us. And yeah, I'm gonna stop the video because I'm going too off track. But I'll see y'all in my next video. I'll see y'all next year.